This is petition for alien fiancé. Know that you can type it using Adobe Acrobat, or you can fill it out in black ink. Let's get started. Information about you: the alien registration number. The about you is the petitioner and not the beneficiary. The person that is filing for maybe spouse or fiancé is the person that needs to fill out their information here. Your A number, if you have, you fill it out. If you don't have, just leave it blank. This is to identify your immigration records. And USCIS online account number. If you have previously filed an application, petition, or request using the USCIS online account number, you're going to have online account number. So you can grab it from their website and then fill it out here. If you don't, just leave it blank. Your US Social Security number, definitely you have because you're a citizen. Select one box below to indicate the classification you are requesting for your beneficiary. You can select whether you are filing for your fiancé, which is K3 Visa, or if you are filing for your spouse. You need to file I-130 on behalf of the beneficiary. And you must include evidence that you filed Form I-130 if you selected yes. Okay, and the evidence may include a filled Form I-130, a Form I-97 receipt or approved notice of action, first receipt they give you when you filed I-130, which is first notice of action. That is one of the evidence, and also your USCIS online account number, if you filed online, can also be used as an evidence. All the evidences is what you need to include if you selected spouse. And if you select this, you need to select yes as well. Provide your legal name. If you have used any other names, provide it as well. Your mailing address. Provide the address where you would like USCIS to send you corresponding document about your petition. In care of name, you can leave it blank if the mailing address is under your name, but if not, put the name of the person that will receive the mail on your behalf. Okay? And the address, if your mailing address is the same as physical address, then you need to just leave it blank or just write same. Employment history of the petitioner. Provide the names and addresses of your employees, your occupation, and also the employment start date and the employment end date. So you have to provide all your employees for the last 5 years. They have employee 1, employee 2. If you have 2 employees, you can still put the second employee here. That is very simple. Then the country and the occupation, specify it. Employment start date, employment end date. Other information, select your gender, male or female, your date of birth, marital status, are you single, are you married, then your city. Provide state of birth and country of birth. Information about parents. This is the petitioner's parents. Provide each of your parents' full names, date of birth, places of birth, and current cities or town. So that's all you need to provide: their names, their date of birth, their gender, the country of birth, the city, town, village residence, and the country of residence. A lot of people ask me, one of my parents is deceased, do I need to fill out the information? Yes, you need to fill out the information. Have you ever been previously married? If yes, if no, just indicate. If you answered yes, then you need to provide the name of previous spouse on this page. If you selected no, you don't need to fill out this, just leave it blank. Your citizenship information: US citizen by birth, by naturalization, or US citizen parent. So you need to indicate anyone that suits you. Have you obtained a certificate of naturalization? What this means is, if you were a citizen by naturalization, that means you already obtained a certificate of naturalization. You need to indicate yes. If you answered yes to item 42, write the certificate number and place of insurance and the date of insurance as well. Indicate whether you have ever filed another Form I-129F for any other spouse or fiancé. If your response is yes, provide the person's name. If your response is no, then leave this blank. Okay, so if it is yes, what action did USCIS take on Form I-129F? For example, was it approved? Was it denied? Was it revoked? Did you withdraw? So all this is what you need to answer, maybe approved, denied, or revoked if you selected yes. So do you have any children under 18 years of age? If you're filing for them, maybe you are including them, yes. Even if you're not including them, if yes, select yes. If your response is no, then select no. But if your response is yes, then provide the ages for your children under 18 years of age. You need to provide their age. So if you need extra space to complete this section, they said use the space provided in part 8. There is a space in part 8 you can use if you have more than 2 children. Provide all the places you have lived since you clocked 18. Residence 1, you're going to write the country, then residence 2, state and country. But if you live in so many countries, I'm going to make use of part 8, which is additional information, to include all the places you have lived after you clocked 18. I don't know if that makes sense. Now, information about your beneficiary, maybe your spouse or your fiancé. Indicate their names. If they have a number, indicate. If not, just leave it blank. US social security number if they have any, yes. But if they don't have, just leave it blank. Their date of birth, their gender, their marital status, and city, town, village of birth, country of citizenship, or nationality. Are they from United States or any other country? You need to indicate it here. Also, other names used. If they have used any other names outside the ones they have used, maybe they are married and changed their last name or their given name, which is their first name, you need to indicate it here as well. The mailing address for your beneficiary, you need to indicate their mailing address, the zip code if they have. If they don't have, then just leave it blank. But know that this is a mailing address. If their mailing address is the same as their physical address, then you need to just leave this blank or write same. If they have lived in a different place from their mailing address, then you need to list where they have lived in or outside the United States. Provide their history for the last 5 years, where they have been working. I have seen people ask me, I am self-employed, how do I do it? Just write self-employed, write the name of your company. If you don't have the name of your company, your name can be the name of your company, okay? So write self-employed on the beneficiary's occupation, and then write employment date, write when you started the business, and then present. That means the business is still intact. Employee 2, if you are still self-employed in the last 5 years, write the same. But if not, indicate your employee's name, street name, city or town, state, postal code, country, and then the occupation, the employment start date, and the employment end date. Information about your beneficiary's parents. I have talked about it. If one of your parents are deceased, you need to still indicate their information. If both of them are deceased, you need to indicate their information. If both of them are alive, you still need to indicate their information. So parent 1 can be the mom, and then parent 2 can be the father, vice versa. This can be the father, this can be the mother. Just indicate the gender, the country of birth, the city, and the country of residence. Have your beneficiary ever been previously married? If you selected the X, you need to provide the name of previous spouse. If indicated no, you just need to leave this blank. So if you indicated yes, you need to indicate their names, the dates marriage ended, and know that if you answered yes, you need to have a divorce decree or a divorce certificate to back up this, okay? Have your beneficiary ever been in the United States? You need to select this if they have. Also, you need to provide the date of your beneficiary's most recent entry in the United States, his or her I-194 arrival departure record number. Provide the expiration date and identification numbers on the I-194 or I-195 arrival departure records, travel documents, or passports. Okay, so you need to back it up with evidence as well. Passport number, the travel document number, the country of interest for passport, expiration date, everything will be written here. Does your beneficiary have any children? If they have, yes. If they don't, then just indicate no. And know that if you answered yes, that your beneficiary have kids, or children, you need to fill out this page: their legal name, their country of birth, their date of birth, and also, does the child reside with your beneficiary? That means, does the child lives with the beneficiary or someone else? Respond with yes or no. If you selected no, that the child does not reside with your beneficiary, then you need to provide the child's physical residence, the street name, the city, the state. But if you selected yes, you can leave this place blank. Okay, so address in the United States where your beneficiary intends to live. This is going to be your address because your beneficiary needs to live with you. But if you have any other place that you want your beneficiary to live, then write it here, but it's going to be a red flag. That means this needs to be your address. Okay, so your beneficiary's physical address abroad, where the beneficiary lives abroad. Your beneficiary name and address in his or her native alphabet. If a beneficiary's native alphabet does not use Roman letters, then provide his or her name and physical address abroad in the native alphabet. Otherwise, just skip this page. Is your fiancé related to you? If yes, indicate yes. If no, just indicate no. If you are filing for your spouse and not your fiancé, to select this. Provide the nature and degree of relationship. For example, if you selected yes, maybe is my third cousin or maternal uncle or whatsoever, you just need to indicate it here. But if you selected no or not applicable, maybe if you are filing for your spouse, have you or your fiancé met in person during the 2 years immediately before filing the petition? Please, this is a must to answer yes, because if you answer no, it's going to be a red flag. But if you answered yes, then you need to explain reasons for not meeting your fiancé in 2 years, because this is like a criteria that you need to meet your fiancé in 2 years before filing this petition. So there are so many ways you can be exempted. Maybe why you have not met them in person. That will be a video for another time. Yes, it happens, but you need to explain it and add additional information in part 8. Indicate whether you met your beneficiary through the service of an IMB. If you respond yes, provide the IMB's name, organization, website, mailing address, and daytime telephone number. If you responded no, you don't need to fill out this. Just skip this page. Your beneficiary will apply for a visa abroad at the US Embassy or US Consulate at country of the beneficiary. You need to put the city and also the country. Now, this is criminal information. Note, this criminal information questions must be answered even if your record were sealed, cleared, or if anyone, including a judge, law enforcement officer, or attorney told you that you no longer have a record. If you need extra space to complete this section, use space provided in part 8. Have you ever been subject to a temporary or permanent protection or restricting order, either civil or criminal? If the answer is yes, respond yes. If no, respond no. Have you ever been arrested or convicted of any of the following crimes? They listed the crimes, but if the crime you were charged of is not here, indicate no, but know that you need to fill out additional information using part 8. The crimes are domestic violence, sexual assault, child abuse, child neglect, dating violence, elder abuse, stalking, or an attempt to commit any of these crimes. So you need to indicate it here. This is continuation: homicide, murder, manslaughter, rape, abuse, sexual contact, sexual exploitation, slave trade, kidnapping, adoption, unlawful criminal restraint, forced imprisonment. If the answer is yes, indicate yes. If not, no. This or more arrest or conviction not from a single act for criminal related to a controlled substance or alcohol. So maybe you have arrested so many times, not for the same crime but similar crimes, so you need to indicate it here as well. And they also note, if you are arrested or convicted of any of the specified crimes, you must submit certified copies of all court and police records showing the charges and disposition for every arrest or conviction. They are still telling you, even though it may have been discharged or you no longer have a criminal record, but it was once done. you still need to provide these court charges. Okay, the evidence is important to avoid RFA and to delay your process. If you selected item 2A or 2C and you are being battered or subjected to extreme cruelty at the time of your conviction, maybe why it's no longer charged to you is because of one reason or the other, then you need to indicate why you did what you did. Maybe I was acting in a self-defense, I violated a protection order issued for my own protection, I committed, was arrested for, was convicted of, or plead guilty to a crime that did not result in serious bloody injury. So you need to indicate any one of these if you selected 2A to 2C. Have you ever been arrested, cited, charged, indicated? If you selected yes, provide information. If your answers are no, you don't need all the things I'm saying or the explanation I'm making. But if you are selecting yes, you need all this explanation. So you need to add more information. If you need extra paper, you need to use part 8 where you can add additional information. Multiple flyer waiver request information. So you must request a waiver of the International Marriage Broker Regulation. If you are filing this petition on behalf of your fiancé and you previously filed Form I-129 on behalf of 2 or more fiancé beneficiaries, or you are filing this petition on behalf of your fiancé and you have previously had a Form I-129F approved and less than 2 years have passed since the filing date of your previous approved petition. This is for people that have filed so many I-129F. Select the box, indicate the waiver you are requesting, and you may request and support your waiver with additional information. An explanation may be using additional information in Part 8 by attaching a signed and dated letter according to the instruction for Part 8. And if you have, you need to indicate the one that it falls into, but if not applicable, just select 5D. Okay, examples of evidence you can use are death certificate, police reports, news articles, or medical report from a licensed medical professional regarding the death or incapacity of your previous fiancé while you are filing for this fiancé. Biographical information. Then you need to select whether you are Hispanic or not Hispanic. And also race, indicate your race, your height, your feet, your weight, your pounds, just you can add anything, your eye color, your hair color. And now here it gets interesting. Petitioner statement. You need to select the appropriate box to indicate whether you read this petition yourself or whether you had an interpreter assist you. If you use an interpreter, you need to indicate this. If you filled out all this by yourself, you need to select this. If someone prepared this for you, maybe an attorney or immigration consultant, then they need to indicate the petitioner's contact information. You indicate your telephone number, your mobile number, and then your email address. This is you trying to declare that you are sure of what you filled out. This is very, very important. The signature part is very important. You need to sign. If you don't sign this, they are not going to accept this. So you need to sign it with black ink. Write the date that you fill this out. Don't fill it out maybe in 2 months and then submit in the next 4 months. No, you need to write a current date. Okay? So if you did not completely fill out this petition or fail to submit required document listed in the instruction, USCIS may deny your petition. If this looks overwhelming and you don't know how to go about it, that's why GlobalTech Immigration Services is here to help you, support you, and guide you in this process. Check us out and know what we have to offer. We give you a free consultation, so head to our website www.globaltech.com and book your free consultation so that we can know how to support you in this journey. Okay, so interpreters contact information. If you use an interpreter, they need to fill out this information: their legal name, their interpreter's mailing address, and interpreter's contact information. Interpreter certification, they are going to print their name here and also sign and date of signature. They will date it. But if you did not use an interpreter, just skip this page. If you want your preparer to be the one to receive all your mails, then you need to write the preparer's mailing address, preparer's contact information. Note that the preparer is going to submit a completed Form G28 notice of entry of appearance as an attorney or accredited representative. That's if you're using a consultant. The preparer is going to sign. But if you did not use preparer or interpreter, you don't need to fill out all this. So this is the part 8 they are talking about for additional information. So you're going to write your legal name and the page number. They listed all the whole page numbers you can use, and then write whatever you want to write as an additional information. Okay, so I hope this is clear. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. But if you can't do it yourself, we are here to help you. Please don't forget to check us out at www.gloatex.com. Also know that if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, turn on your notification bell as to know when I upload new videos, and I would love to see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.